Imagine a god so radiant that even the sun felt dim in its presence, a being whose very existence held the fabric of the universe together. But what happens when the one person everyone loves becomes the target of the ultimate cosmic betrayal? Behind his golden smile lay a dark prophecy, a hidden weakness, and a jealous trickster waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Today, we aren't just telling a myth, we are uncovering the brutal tragedy of innocence destroyed and the spark that lit the fires of the apocalypse. Prepare yourself, because the fall of Baldur isn't just a story, it's the beginning of the end for the gods themselves. Welcome to Preyo Tidings, where we dive deep into the ancient legends that shaped our world. Today, we are exploring the life, the power, and the devastating execution of Baldur, the most beloved Norse god. In the legendary halls of Asgard, among mighty warriors and fierce deities, there was one who stood above them all, not through strength, but through light. This was Baldur, the son of Odin and Frigg. He was the personification of joy, purity, and the summer sun. It is said that his beauty was so overwhelming that light literally radiated from his skin. But his power wasn't just physical. Baldur possessed a unique authority, the power of peace. In a world defined by Viking wars and blood feuds, Baldur was the ultimate mediator. His judgment was always fair, his words were law, and his presence brought a sense of divine calm to all 9 realms. Both gods and humans looked at him as their greatest hope. As long as Baldur lived, Asgard was safe. He was the heartbeat of the gods, the golden pillar holding up the heavens. However, even for a god, destiny is inescapable. Baldur began to have horrific nightmares, dark visions of his own death and the crumbling of the world. When Odin heard of these dreams, a cold chill ran through Asgard. Odin rode his 8-legged horse, Sleipnir, down to the underworld to consult a deceased seeress. The news was grim. The halls of hell were already being decorated for Baldur's arrival. Desperate to save her son, Queen Frigg took a legendary oath. She traveled across the cosmos, asking every flame, every drop of water, every piece of iron, every tree, and every living creature to swear a sacred vow: I will never harm Baldur. One by one, they all agreed. Baldur became the Invincible. The gods even made it a game out of it, throwing axes, spears, and massive boulders at him, laughing as everything bounced off his skin without leaving a scratch. But while Asgard celebrated, a shadow was lurking. Loki, the trickster god, could not stand the perfection of Baldur. To Loki, Baldur's invincibility was an insult. Disguised as an old woman, Loki approached Queen Frigg and subtly manipulated her into a confession. He asked if everything in existence had truly made the vow. Frigg, feeling secure, made a fatal mistake. She whispered that she hadn't asked the Mistletoe, a tiny, harmless plant growing west of Valhalla, because she thought it was too young and weak to ever cause harm. That was the moment the fate of the world was sealed. Loki immediately found the mistletoe and carved it into a sharpened dart, a tiny weapon carrying the weight of a god's doom. If you're captivated by this tragic tale of betrayal and the fall of the light, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Join our Preyo Tidings family for more deep dives into the world's most powerful myths. Smash the like button and tell us in the comments, do you think Loki was the ultimate villain or just a part of destiny? Stay tuned as we reveal how this single death led to the fire and fury of Ragnarok. The scene was set for a tragedy. The gods were gathered, continuing their sport of throwing weapons at Baldur. Standing apart was Hodur, Baldur's blind brother, who couldn't join the fun. Loki approached him, acting like a helpful friend. He handed Hodur the mistletoe dart and offered to guide his hand so he could honor his brother. With one gentle throw, the harmless plant pierced through Baldur's chest. The radiant god collapsed. Silence fell over Asgard. a silence so heavy it felt like the world had stopped breathing. The light was gone. The shock was so profound that none of the gods could even speak. They could only watch as their golden prince slipped away into the cold embrace of the underworld. The death of Baldur was the first domino to fall. According to prophecy, this was the signal that Ragnarok, the end of the world, had begun. Without Baldur's light, the Fimbulwinter started. 3 years of continuous, brutal winter with no summer in between. Morality vanished. Brother turned against brother, and the boundaries between the realms began to shatter. The gods tried one last time to bring him back. The queen of the dead, Hel, promised to release him if only every single thing in the world wept for him. Everything did, the trees, the rocks, the giants, except for one giantess, who was actually Loki in disguise. She refused to cry, and because of that one cold heart, Baldur was trapped in the underworld forever. Baldur's journey from the golden halls of Asgard to the silent depths of Hell remains one of history's most moving epics. His story reminds us that even the greatest light can be extinguished by the smallest shadow of betrayal. We hope this deep dive into Norse history gave you a new perspective on the god of light. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the legends of old here at Preyo Tidings. Keep seeking the truth, keep exploring the myths, and we will see you in the next one. The gods tried one last time to bring him back. The queen of the dead, Hel, promised to release him only if every single thing in the world wept for him. Everything did. The trees, the rocks, the giants, except for one giantess who was actually Loki in disguise. She refused to cry, and because of that one cold heart, Baldur was trapped in the underworld forever. Baldur's journey from the golden halls of Asgard to the silent depths of Hell remains one of history's most moving epics. His story reminds us that even the greatest light can be extinguished by the smallest shadow of betrayal. We hope this deep dive into Norse history gave you a new perspective on the god of light. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the legends of old here at Preyo Tidings. Keep seeking the truth, keep exploring the myths, and we will see you in the next one.